Good morning, everyone. Miawaski, Nigawi Mawaski. This is a beautiful Mother Earth Day today, and I want to take this opportunity to welcome everyone. Nitanako Mistoi Piksaki. My name is Shauna Cunningham, and I am the Acting Vice Provost of Indigenous Engagement, stepping in for Dr. Michael Hart today, who sends his regrets. Very honored to be here today, and I want to thank each and every one of you for attending today's events. Today is September the 29th, leading into National Day of Truth and Reconciliation, September 30th, also known as Orange Shirt Day. Orange Shirt Day is an important day for all of us to gather together, to reflect, to learn, and to listen about the lasting impact of colonization and the legacy of the residential school system. As we stand here today, united in the spirit of reconciliation, we remember the many Indigenous children who lost their families, their cultures, and in some cases their lives to the residential school system in Canada. Today we honor them and those brave enough to share their stories, and we honor their families and their grandchildren and their children. Thank you for being here and for taking the time to spend with us today. My father used to always say, when you give your time, you're giving a piece of your life. So we honor that. At this time, I would like to acknowledge and pay tribute to the traditional territories of the peoples of Treaty 7, which includes the Blackfoot Confederacy, comprised of the Siksika, the Piikani, and the Kainai First Nations. I also like to pay respect to the Tsuut'ina First Nation and the Stoney Nakoda, including the Chiniki, Bears Paw, and Good Stoney First Nation. The City of Calgary is also home to the Métis Nation of Alberta, Region 3, now Districts 5 and 6 for the City of Calgary. I am grateful to live, work, and learn on this land we all call home. We will begin our programming today shortly, but first, I would like to invite our very beloved, well-recognized, and always kind elder, Dr. Reg Crowshoe, to provide us with an opening prayer to open today's events in a good way. I've known Reg for many, many years. He's been a good friend of our families. I grew up in Pincher Creek, close to Piikani First Nation, and I consider Reg my uncle and Rose my auntie, so it was a great honor that I asked Reg to join us today.
Okay, good morning. I just want to tell Shauna I've known her when she was that high. But at home, when I was at home with my parents and I was young, they were kind to me, even though I act like a brat to them. But the only ones that I was scared of was my aunts and uncles, because they're the ones that punish me if I don't listen to my parents. So I have to make sure Shauna listens to her parents. This morning, I just want to welcome everybody. I want to acknowledge Creator for the gift of coming together, and all of us together acknowledge Creator for a good day. It's going to be a busy day, but I want to acknowledge our grandparents. We call them grandparents here this morning, all the grandmothers and the grandfathers. I wish we had grandmothers and grandfathers and parents when I was at residential school. But today I see all of them here. It makes me feel happy, makes me feel safe. It makes me feel that I'm a human. My grandparents are here. I just want to acknowledge the elders this morning. I want to acknowledge Ed, Oh, Mukakik too much. I just want to acknowledge him this morning. Also, we've spent a lot of time in discussions and visiting, and also the drummers I want to acknowledge this morning. Songs is a part of our way. So I'm just going to ask Creator to open us up this morning in a good way and bless all of us.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you, Reg and Rose. Really appreciate you being here. And I, too, would like to acknowledge the elders that are present with us today. Your counsel and guidance for the University of Calgary is most appreciated. Today, we recognize September 30th, the National Day for Truth and Reconciliation, as a day of reflection. Reflection of the generational trauma caused by residential schools, the loss of culture, language, childhood, family. Reflection on the 150,000 Indigenous children sent to these institutions, and reflection on the impact of the mass graves we still discover into the present. Today, our university encourages our students, faculty, and staff to reflect and also to learn. In partnership with the Calgary Public Library, the Office of Indigenous Engagement, we will deliver joint programming, and I encourage all members of our university community to participate. In keeping with the Truth and Reconciliation Commission's call for educational institutions to take leadership roles in reconciliation, the University of Calgary is deeply committed to accepting responsibility for truth and reconciliation, moving in parallel paths, guided in a good way by a tapato, reimagining ways of knowing, connecting, and being, which begins by learning about and reflecting upon the experiences of Indigenous peoples, as we encourage the entire university community to do today. As the flags are lowered and every Child Matters flag is hoisted, we will hear the University of Calgary honor song, and we are so honored to be gifted this song. Gifted to the University of Calgary in 2018 by Elder Rod Hunter, we are proud to play it at major events and our convocations. And now I'm so proud to introduce Ayahe Nakota, led by Elder Rod Hunter of the Stoney Nakoda, to perform our honors song.
Good morning. Elders Reg and Rose Crochru, Nakota, all present elders and traditional knowledge keepers, esteemed faculty, including Dr. Shauna Cunningham, students, faculty, staff, and guests. Welcome. We gather here on September 29th, leading into September 30th, which is a significant day for Canadians, as it marks both Orange Shirt Day and the National Day for Truth and Reconciliation. It is a day when we pause to reflect, remember, and recognize the profound impact of the Indian residential school system on Indigenous communities in our country. Today we show our support for Orange Shirt Day. We wear orange not only as a symbol of solidarity, but as a commitment to ongoing learning and understanding. We honor survivors by listening to their stories, by educating ourselves about the origins of this day, and by actively participating in discussions about the legacy of residential schools. Orange Shirt Day is more than just a calendar, a day on the calendar, or a chance to wear orange. It is an opportunity for us to raise awareness about the legacy of Indian residential school system and this system in Canada, to come together in the spirit of reconciliation, and most importantly, to honor and validate the experiences of Indigenous people. As we reflect on the importance of this day, it is essential to acknowledge that it represents a commitment to understanding the historical injustices committed when Indigenous children were forcibly taken from their homes and their families to attend these schools. For far too many, these places were unimaginable, where many experienced trauma that would last a lifetime. Between the 1800s and 1996, more than 150,000 First Nations, Métis, and Inuit children attended residential schools. It is a number that should give us pause and remind us of our collective responsibility we bear as a nation to reckon with this dark chapter of our history. So the significance of September 30th is twofold. It was chosen because it aligns with the time of the year when Indigenous children were taken from their homes to attend these residential schools. And moreover, it marks the beginning of a school year, reaffirming our principle that every child matters. So let this day be a stark reminder of the countless innocent lives that were forever altered. Here at the University of Calgary, we understand the significance of this day and the importance of reconciliation. The Orange Shirt Day programming, like Ed mentioned, happening today is a joint effort between the Tapatope, our UCalgary Indigenous Strategy, and the Calgary Public Library. It represents our commitment to connect with community in a meaningful way, to educate and to promote understanding, and through our partnership with CPL. We aim to create spaces where Indigenous people can share their stories and where non-Indigenous individuals can listen and learn. It is a harmonious journey that we're on, and a path toward reconciliation that we walk together, side by side. So let us remember that Orange Shirt Day is a Canadian day of reflection and education, an important early step in the process for all of us. It is a day we acknowledge the truth, and through that acknowledgement, we pave the way for reconciliation. We're committed to build a future together in a good way. So on this day and every day going forward, let us proclaim and realize our ideal unequivocally that every child matters. Thank you.
Thank you, Chancellor Cornish, and thank you all for joining us here today. I hope that you will be able to participate in some other opportunities for reflection and learning that will be taking place today and tomorrow. So at 12:30 today till 1:30, here at the Rosa Centre, the Office of Indigenous Engagement in partnership with the Calgary Public Library, will be hosting former Chief of Coesis First Nation, Catamus Delorme, for a presentation and event titled What We Inherited and Better Understanding Our Role in Truth and Reconciliation Calls to Action. And this evening at 6:30 at the Central Library, there will be a free viewing and discussion of the film Beans, directed by Tracy Deer. Both of these events will also be streamed online for those who are not able to attend in person. And tomorrow, September 30th at 7 p.m., you're invited to attend the Elders Story Project event at the Jack Singer Concert Hall. And as you participate in these events, which I hope that you can find time to do, I encourage all our students, faculty, and staff to listen to the brave individuals who share their stories and let their words resonate with you, and learn how you, in everything that you do, can actively engage in our shared journey towards truth and reconciliation. So thank you so much to all the participating Indigenous elders, Iya, He, Nakota, and community members. So thank you. Who have shared their time and their energy with us starting this morning and throughout today. Your guidance is absolutely integral to our paths forward. And thank you to our Calgary leadership and all who have joined us in person. We hope to see you this afternoon at this afternoon's events as we continue to come together in the spirit of reconciliation.